more committed to this cause and to the Constitution and the Bible are our guiding documents in this country. And folks, we don't need a new way. We need to get back to the basics. We need to remember who America is and how we got here, and all of the men and women who died for that freedom. I'm going to read this real quick, and then we'll be finished if I can see it. And again, this is John McCain when he was a prisoner of war. It's something it talks about our flag this morning. I think it was suiting for this today. As you may know, I spent 5.5 years as a prisoner of war during the Vietnam War. In the early years of our imprisonment, the North Vietnamese kept us in solitary confinement, or 2 or 3 to a cell. In 1971, the North Vietnamese moved us from these conditions of isolation into large rooms with as many as 30 to 40 men in a room. This was, as you can imagine, a wonderful change and was a direct result of the efforts of millions of Americans on behalf of a few hundred POWs 10,000 miles away from home. One of the men who moved into my room was a young man named Mike Christian. Mike came from a small town near Selma, Alabama. He didn't wear a pair of shoes until he was 13 years old. At 17, he enlisted in the U.S. Navy. He later earned a commission by going to an officer training school. Then he became a naval flight officer and was shot down and captured in 1967. Mike had a keen and deep appreciation of the opportunities this country and our military provide for people who want to work and want to succeed. As part of the change in treatment, the Vietnamese allowed some prisoners to receive packages from home. And some of these packages were handkerchiefs, scarves, and items of clothing. Mike got himself a bamboo needle. Over a period of a couple of months, he created an American flag and sewed it on the inside of his shirt. Every afternoon before we had a bowl of soup, we would hang Mike's shirt on the wall of the cell and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I know the Pledge of Allegiance may not seem the most important part of our day now, but I can assure you that in that stark cell, it was indeed the most important and meaningful event. One day, the Vietnamese searched our cell, as they did periodically, and discovered Mike's shirt with the flag sewn inside, and removed it. That evening, they returned, opened the door of the cell, and for the benefit of us all, beat Mike Christian severely for the next couple of hours. Then they opened the door of the cell and threw him in. We cleaned him up as well as we could. The cell in which we lived had a concrete slab in the middle on which we slept. 4 naked light bulbs hung in each corner of the room. That evening, that corner of the room, as I said, we tried to clean him up as well as we could. After the excitement died down, I looked in the corner of the room, and sitting there beneath the dim light bulb with a piece of red cloth, another shirt, and his bamboo needle was my friend Mike. He was sitting there with his eyes almost shut from the beating he had received, making another American flag. He was not making the flag because it made Mike Christian feel better. He was making that flag because he knew how important it was for us to be able to pledge allegiance to our flag and our country. So the next time you say the Pledge of Allegiance, you must never forget the sacrifice and courage that thousands of Americans have made to build our nation and promote freedom around the world. You must remember our duty, our honor, and our country. Folks, we have an obligation. And as elected servants, some of us, and I will tell you today mine, as long as I'm in the House of Representatives, our veterans are going to be taken care of and our military is going to be seen after. We have to do that. God bless y'all.